Join us. Hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Writ Rob talking to you. And of course, today we have our roaming Tony, our Eva, our Rob, and our Allen.
Hey.
I was about to say hi, folks. Allen got it.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh my God. I am so happy to have you guys here. And it is just a perfect way to end our Writ Spectacular, even though the Apple Bite Spectacular ends Monday on the 30th. But this is the last Spectacular for the Writ. And then on next Wednesday, I will be going Noir-vember.
Okay. I like that.
That's just a little preview of what's coming. Noir-vember. You can figure out what next week starts off.
I was gonna wear my Jason mask, but I don't want to piss off the SAG-AFTRA people. So,
All right, folks. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's start off with you, Rob, since you're over here on the left side of my screen. Go ahead, tell everybody who you are, what you do, all the good stuff. Go for it.
Sure, Rob Longo, 2121 Productions. We make horror movies. Our first horror movie is coming out this weekend. Actually, technically is already out, available on Amazon for streaming, renting, and purchasing.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. If I can get this thing up, if the computer will actually let me do what I'm supposed to be doing, you guys can all see that.
That's cool, man. It's on Amazon. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You've talking about this on the show for a while now. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
It's our fourth film, but it's our first one on Amazon Prime streaming.
That's
awesome, man. Yeah. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah, that's a big goal. Yeah.
There you go, the husband. All ready for you guys to go purchase and have some fun with, or rent if you want to rent it. You can do all the beautiful things you can do on Amazon with the husband. Dude, and tomorrow you guys are going to do the premiere for this, right? No, sorry, not tomorrow. Friday will be the premiere for the husband.
Yes, we're having a premiere at the Cedar Beans coffee joint in Cedar Grove, New Jersey.
Cedar Beans coffee joint, great place. Loved it. You filmed a lot of the a couple of the scenes from in there too, right?
Yes.
And folks, you got to go check this out. This coffee place, it is stellar. I love the atmosphere, and you'll see why Rob picked it to be in the movie. All right, Eva, let the people know what you do. What's your part in all this?
I don't know myself what I'm doing. Yes.
Also, you fit in perfect here. That's awesome.
Exactly. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. I don't know. It is a big surprise, but I have the copy, you know.
Oh, you already got it right there. Hold on, I'll put you up so you can show it off.
We get first, so you know.
Go ahead, put it up. So yeah. Oh, look at that. It's all beautiful and ready to go. Yeah. You know the collectors are all like, woo!
Yeah. Fresh and smell nice.
Oh man!
So, see, internet. That's physical media.
So my name is Eva Mroz, and I was executive producer in that movie, The Husband, and I drew the original picture of creature that inspired the writer.
Yes, it was a very nice picture, and kind of a freaky little creature, actually.
So we have a lot of ideas, but some of them actually didn't happen because it was too much, you know, too creative, and we couldn't do it. So we have to do different kind of approach, but came good. We are happy with the end result.
I gotta admit, I had a lot of fun helping you guys make this, and I'm gonna keep spreading the news that people should go check out The Husband, because I think it'll be interesting for them to check out. I like what you guys put together. I like the whole horrorverse idea that Rob, I've discussed with Rob a couple times already, and I feel like this is a good first piece for people to jump in on.
So cool idea is because Robert is starting writing the second movie already, and Rob, say something. Because I trying to push him, because we love it. We love it working on the movies.
Oh, we definitely love it. Yeah.
Yes, and we missing that adrenaline. So everybody is waiting and counting the days when he will say, "Okay, I'm ready." Because we started actually the casting for the second part will be the title is Meat Face.
Meat Face, interesting. Yeah, Rob was telling us in the green room that he's already started the process on the second movie. Rob,
it's
how about that? Go ahead.
It's pretty much all written already. I'm just going through like a final pass,
Mhm.
one more draft for it. We already start casting though, and we have a location for the first shoot. We just got to lock down a date in November or December to get it started. Probably actually in November, I'm thinking. We'll see.
November is always a good month, and I feel like your movies have that fall feel anyway.
Yeah. Yep. And this one, Meat Face, is going to be out for Halloween 2024.
Nice. So you feel like it should probably like the process is probably going to be every 2 years.
Every year.
Oh, 2024 is next year. What am I thinking?
Yeah, every year. I mean,
you can see where I am.
That sounds far, so I don't blame you.
If one executive producer had her way, we would be pushing out 2 movies a year. But we'll ramp up to that. But we're not quite there yet.
I do like the fact that it'll be released every Halloween. We need horror movies on Halloween.
Yeah, it always sets the expectation too.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
But it's so funny because I feel like now that we get it whenever we want, it kind of dilutes it. It used to be that most of the horror movies would come out around September, October, November. Some of them will be released in other times, but most of them, came out during that time period.
Yeah. Well, like movies. Well, the ones that are in theaters, they fight for all those times, and and they also try to figure out like, oh, that horror movie is coming out during Halloween. We don't want to compete with that. Let's put it over here. That's a whole thing. So
it is. You gotta love the movie industry, folks.
I mean, a lot of people do the 31 Days of Halloween where they see like a horror movie every day.
Yeah.
So I wish I had time like that. I'll definitely do it, but I was like, no, man. I could do one a week at best. So.
I gotta admit, yeah, like in the old days, you probably watch 2 or 3 or 4. Maybe you would watch all 30 of them, but now,
yeah, life has other plans.
Life always has other plans. So Rob, this thing will be the premiere is on Friday at 9 p.m., right?
Yes.
And is it open to everybody, or how is it going to work?
It's open to everybody. Tickets are available on Eventbrite.
There we go. I was wondering how that was going. I think I did see it, and I had it in my thing up here, but when the computer crashed earlier.
Are you coming?
That's the goal. I'm supposed to be there, but my daughter also has her Halloween dance on Friday, so I'm trying to juggle all this. But the goal is for me to get there. It's late enough for me to be able to get there. So
we'll see you.
Exactly. 9 p.m. is pretty decent, which means I can actually still leave here pretty late and get there on time, as long as the buses are running right. And I find that it's a good, easy location to get to Cedar Bean, because all I got to do is jump on the bus, and it'll take me straight there.
Yeah, during the week, buses are great. It's the weekend sometimes.
Believe me, I know this because I was helping Rob out make the movie, and some of those weekend shoots were like,
yeah, geez. Plenty of bus drivers were like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat my $15 and go back home because it's not happening. Yeah.
All right, Alan, let's hit you up. Explain what you do, who you are, all the good stuff, so we can know what we're looking at when I put it up.
Man, I hate going after that because you guys are doing like really cool stuff, like making a movie and stuff, right? But yeah, my name's Allen Dunford. I'm the writer and creator of Pocus Hocus, Grandma Chainsaw, and Horrors in Hell. And we have another book running right now, and it's Grandma Chainsaw number 3. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I don't have any. That's it. We don't have filming locations. It all takes place right here.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah, I know, right? I hope that'd be that'd be
I was
killer
thinking the
one day.
same thing as Rob. As
Yeah.
as I keep watching Grandma Chainsaw and we keep discussing it, my brain keeps going. This would be a fantastic little comedy horror movie,
Yeah.
especially with all those Scooby Doo type elements or supernatural type elements. I think it's just begging to be made.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be a dream.
I know that like usually like you guys, especially when it comes to these series, when you were discussing this in the green room, sometimes it's kind of get a slowdown for like the second and third issue, right?
Yes, yeah. At least with something like this, we've never kept it a secret because once Grandma Chainsaw 4 hits, that's going to be the finale. And
Yeah,
a lot of times people who are backing stuff on Kickstarter, they want to wait until the finale is there so they can
yeah,
go ahead and get everything. They don't have to wait for it anymore. So
all
yeah,
in one shot. Yeah.
yep. So Grandma Chainsaw number 4 will have obviously the single floppy issues, but then we're also going to have the trade on it as well.
Oh,
Is
so
it
you are going to
possible-
do the trade at the same time. Interesting.
Yes, yeah, we're just going to throw everything together just because, hey, might as well, right? We're so proud of this series and so happy of, I guess, where everything went with it. We just love it so much, and we're sad to see it end. But we made the joke before. We don't want a Jason Takes Manhattan situation where we don't know what we're doing with it anymore. So yeah, we want to go and end it while we're on a high with it.
What's the expression go? How does the expression go? Like you have to know when to kill your babies.
Yeah, I never like to say that expression because I'm afraid I'm going to word it wrong.
Yeah.
And that's like a very narrow phrase to get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, you were going to say something?
Oh, can we see
More of it? Yeah.
Can the video play?
Oh, you want to see the video? I'll play
the
the video. Hold on.
I'm really happy with the video. So yeah, let's play that video, boy.
Hopefully, this will play
Hopefully.
right. Here we go.
Everyone brace yourselves for the volume. Yay!
Evil has a perm.
awesome.
Oh my
No,
God.
that's better than actual trailers. Like that was better than actual movie trailers. That was great.
Oh, that was great.
That
man.
is cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So on the
How long
campaign,
it takes to do the drawings for it?
so yeah, we're usually averaging, I guess for the interiors of the book, Brian Belando's our series artist, and he's usually about 2 pages a week. Is what we're getting at, and Carrie Saveo, she's doing the coloring for it. But yeah, man, this book has been such a fun and wild ride. The story on the surface, it's pretty it's pretty self-explanatory, right? It kind of does what it says on the label. It's a grandma with a chainsaw, right? We're not trying to reinvent the wheel or anything. This is our love letter to classic slashers, like obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre, wild stuff like The Evil Dead. But yeah, I mean, it kind of follows the character tropes of you have a group of people that are on vacation, they get lost, and they wind up in Grandma Hazel's doorstep. So what we do around it is just try to make it fun and unique and just make it our own.
Dude, these covers are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
this one really stands out, I have to say.
Yeah, that's actually done by the colorist in the book now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then
each one has its charm. As soon as I saw this, I knew it was Kit.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, as you get down a little bit, we get to see some of the preview pages that we have for this one. And of course, you know, it's once you get to this point, it's kind of like whenever you're trying to show off your book, it is spoiler territory, you know.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So everyone on the team, they're having so much fun working on this thing and just having a blast. And you know, again, I couldn't be more happy with how everything's turning out and just everyone's reception to it, because there's so much more to it than what I'm explaining, because of course I don't want to give too much away. Whenever we were working on this, we thought about it early, and we didn't want just, you know, Grandma Hazel running around with her chainsaw for 4 issues, because that's going to get pretty stale, pretty boring, pretty quick. So we tried to really take the slasher genre and again, make it our own, but make it wild, make it fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously. A lot of self-deprecating humor, stuff like that, and then there's this page. So yeah, you know, we yeah, we just, you know, we have fun.
Wow. Yeah, that's horror there.
Yep.
And it's funny because, like, even in the trailer, like you're saying Evil Dead, you can see the Evil Dead influences, especially in the trailer.
Yeah.
And this thing does have all this beautiful wickedness to it. It reminds me of Evil Dead, and I like Evil Dead. I like comedy horror.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorites too. Like, absolutely love it.
These are good prices, man. For like 20. Yeah, it's good.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you. And that's the thing that we always try to do. We always try to be price effective for new fans and old, because we never want to make it a really weird entry point for people. Like we want anyone that's new, obviously, to be able to come in and hop in at an affordable rate for any tier that they want. And we never want to strong arm anybody to get anything. So we always make our Kickstarters an a la carte system. To where they can add on anything and kind of build your own tier, because that way, you know what I mean? It's fun for the reader, fun for the backer, and that, again, we never want anyone to feel like they have to get something.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things I like about you guys, especially like I know when I got my hey Joey. I know when I got my Horus, I was like, oh, might as well get the rest of the Pocus Hocus, you know, because it was a nice little tier there. I was like, hey, you can get all of them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, hey, may as well do it, right?
And it wasn't that expensive at all. I think that's what got me.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, because I mean, as obviously you guys know, as filmmakers, doing this hobby and this working in any sort of entertainment medium is expensive. Like, oh my God, it's expensive. And you obviously have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So we never want to price gouge anybody or do anything like that. So it's always just trying to be mindful and, you know, just being conscious of the consumer too.
I think that's important. I feel like a lot of comics forget that, especially independents. You know, you need a jump on point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I would love to charge $1,000 a book to make my money back. You know what I mean? But you know,
and we were talking about this in the green room, and I like mentioning this because a lot of people don't understand that when we're doing these Kickstarters, nobody's making money off of this stuff. Right now, you guys are at a little bit over. You're close to 4,000.
Right.
And I had to ask you in the green room, what's the point? Where's the money? because
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, explain
Yeah,
it.
no, and that's the thing too, right? Like because $2,000, that's I don't even think that's enough to like actually make the book, right?
Right.
But we go in expecting where our losses can be, and plus, like I said, we came off of the backs of Horus, which is just such a great campaign, and it just completely floored us. Even when I still think about it, it's still crazy.
Exploded. Yeah.
Yeah. But and we're very hopeful that Grandma 4 is going to
Mhm.
do really well, because that's when we introduced the trade paperback. So and that's usually when more people will jump on too. So
Yeah.
we just it's all a learning experience too, on what works, what doesn't, and I think that's also the hard part too, because people will tell you, oh no, you need to launch this time, you need to do this, you need to have
Yeah.
this, but every campaign's different. So you just need to go with what feels right.
Every campaign's different. Every book's different.
Mhm.
Sometimes, even if it's a great book, it might fall over because of the way things are. Or
Right.
that's the way it. It's so funny because I always want to leave the audience with the idea that Kickstarters are great. They help us get to where we're
100%.
going as
Mhm.
creatives. Indiegogo, all that stuff helps us get to where we're going. Whether it's a movie, whether it's a comic. But I feel like everybody thinks people are making money over here.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
wish, right?
nobody's making any
Yeah,
money.
yeah. I wouldn't be getting ready to go to my day job in the morning, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, Rob, because I know you did the whole Indiegogo in order to help you with some of the funds for this. But initially, a lot of the money for the movie came straight out of your pocket. With the Indiegogo, it was more about trying to get some money for the creativity, the creation of the whole thing.
We cannot hear you.
You're muted.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have done the movie without Eva.
Mhm.
Her and I split, pretty much the cost of the movie together,
Right,
and then the Indiegogo was really just to cross the finish line at the very end.
right.
So
Help you get the little bells and whistles.
yes,
And like, I love these things because in the old days you would have to find a studio or somebody with deep pockets to like actually fund your thing in order to make this thing happen. And now we have this ability to stay independent, stay creative, get these things that we want out there, so people can see them. And audience, you are the ones that make this stuff
Mhm.
happen. Without you, none of this is possible. And you're helping dreams become reality. And that's why I really want you guys to understand that the Kickstarter helps that happen. The Indiegogos help that happen. And nobody's making any money except for the bigger companies, but that's because they're making millions. And of course, here goes Joey. He says, if at worst, Kickstarter was a great 30-day marketing campaign drumming up new supporters. Yeah, I agree. It gets new eyes, fresh eyes on things. Sometimes it lets the old audience know what you're doing. All right. So as creatives, and living in this time now where we are able to actually make our dreams reality. And Rob, you've been doing this for a long time because with Vixens, you actually brought to life what you wanted to bring to life, and that was a whole other time period when you did that's not now. It was much harder when you did it that time.
yeah. I mean, I think we're in like a golden age for the
Yeah.
creator space right now. Whether you're a filmmaker or a comic book writer or anyone, because the technology is so accessible now. It works at such a high end. I'm in my living room right now because in my office is a 3D printer cranking out props for the next movie, and it's really loud. But in 2006, 2009, during Vixens, we either had to adapt props from
Yeah.
other properties or make them out of cardboard. So now, you can make anything you want, anything you can make your vision come true, and that's the beauty of the time. I mean, back then it was, mini DV camcorder tapes we
Yeah.
were shooting on. Now it's all digital, and it's not easy, but much more accessible and like a better range of creative freedom, in anything that you end up doing, I think.
I agree. And I know, Alan, it's also the same thing when it comes to comic creating, because I know I've been trying to get my book done for ages, and sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard, depending on your crew, on what you have, on maybe the funding you have, because if you're doing this by yourself out of pocket, it's going to take you a while to get it done.
Right.
And, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I mean, yeah, you're 100% right. And that's why, like, I think that's the most important thing, too, is obviously you be smart, be mindful of your budget. But and it's so weird to word it this way, but like, if the budget is the issue for the beginning of it, just try to wait, because you're the one that's on your own time, right? You want to make the comic book that you want to make and that you're proud of, and don't rush anything.
Yeah.
Right. So if there's like a certain artist that you want, and they're maybe just a little bit out of your price range just for the time being, like, maybe will they be out of your price range in like 3 more months? You know what I mean? So I think that's the important thing too. And I'm sure, you guys have faced that challenge too, working on the husband, right? You think like, well, do we need this, or do we need to do this? Do we need this location? And then you just have to weigh out your options that way too.
Yeah, so we were very lucky with our location and people who actually work with us, because we have, I will say, we have more luck than money. Yeah, but it was a lot of, if you cannot afford it, you just were more creative. So that was what's happening with us.
Oh, good.
A downside though of this time period we're in now, while the technology makes everything more accessible and you can do so much, we all 5 of us here right now, we have to carry a greater number of skill sets.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just be a comic book writer.
No.
You cannot just be a host of a show. You have to know cinematography, lighting, audio, marketing, advertising, social media. I mean, we're like our own, all of us are like our own little executive dynamo corporations operating at a multitude of different levels of capacity that normally would be divided up, amongst different departments. So that's why I look so tired right now.
And most important, marketing. I have to say, you can have a brilliant product, and if you don't market correctly, can be lost totally. So that is most important for us, especially. And as an artist, you are not really into marketing. This is for me, it's boring, yes. but you have to do it. So no choice if you want to be successful and get any return.
That's the thing. Like we say it all the time. Like, you can be a great writer, you could be a great artist. You have to be able to promote yourself. You have to be able to market yourself, or have someone do it for you, one or the other. So, you have to channel that inner Stan Lee, like Excelsior, just
That's a definite, because I've seen
like a salesman,
Oh, definitely. I've seen enough creators who expect it to sell itself, and you're like, dude, what the hell, man? You got to go out there. You got to do it'll do it. No, you're the person. You're the guy who needs to go and say, this is why you should buy it. This is why. I've been at Comic Cons, and some tables, and the guy's like, you're like, are you gonna say something?
You see it all the time. Like, we see people just drawing, and then I remember one day I was working a table with him. I was like, don't you think you should engage the customers? Like, whatever they talk to you, it's like, no, the work should sell itself. I'm like, yeah, it should, but you have to, you have to engage. You have to engage the customers. It's the thing. Not everybody has it in them, though.
I got to say, Alan, I got to give you credit, because you're like a machine that's trying to get this stuff out there. I know you're tired sometimes, and
every day, man.
But you are constantly getting your stuff out there. Look.
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing too. Like, obviously, got a good team behind us, and huge shout out to Joey in chat too, because he's, of course, he's been such a help. Yeah. But I mean, I think that's one of the biggest things too with this is, like, we just don't want to stop or lose momentum, because especially once you start seeing reactions and start seeing fan bases, that's like the best part of the whole process. That's when it makes all of this worth it. And it's just, yeah, I don't know, it's inexplicable.
It is. It completely is, and Rob's right. It's gotten to this point now where you have to be more than one. You have to wear more than one hat. You have to be able to do all these things, or if you can't, you need, like Anthony was saying, you got to figure out a way to get somebody onto the game to help you out, to add somebody to the team.
Yeah, I think a lot of times too, it's an introspective thing as well, because you got to admit it to yourself too. Like, well, I need help. Like I need to do this, I need to do that, and I just don't have the skill sets to do that.
Yeah. And Rob, I gotta say, Rob, your team, that team that you built, to make the husband, we said it on set all the time. You felt this energy, you felt this thing with the crew, where sometimes you get this discombobulated feeling when it comes to working on a set, but it felt like family. It felt like the energy was just flowing from everybody.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like what Eva said with luck. We lucked out.
Yeah.
Casting wise, everybody gelled so well. Like, permanent friendships have been made.
Yeah.
And while that's not important to the movie per se, it is for the time you spend with these people. I mean, we all worked on this movie for 15 months together.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
With everyone's lives and everything going around in the world and everything, it's amazing. We're very lucky, I have to say.
I agree.
Crew was exceptional. And sometimes cast was crew, and sometimes crew ended up being cast.
It happened.
You gotta love
it. Extra you need.
You gotta be flexible. I always laugh because people are like, people love to be involved in stuff like this. And, I always laugh inside when they're like, oh, I'd love to come and help. I'll do anything. Yes, you will help. You will do anything. Part in the movie, possibly some lines, and your character might even die. You have to jump off onto these mattresses and do your own stunts.
You do, and it's just an amazing experience. And dude, if you guys have friends who are making movies, be like Rob's saying, help them out. Go on to these sets, because they're, especially with independence, you have a small crew working on this thing. If you're lucky, and every person that helps out actually really helps. And Joey's saying here, it's not just me, it's people like you and this show who are a huge support to the base. It's you all who make and build it. And which is exactly what we're saying. You got to build it, you got to make it happen. Hey, Dennis. It's just an amazing experience, whether it's comics, whether it's movies, whether it's writing books, whether it's whatever the creative process is. It's an interesting experience. It's an interesting life, and I love the fact that we are here at this time now, because I remember how it was to bring a comic book out in the 80s and 90s. You had to get lucky, or you had to find somebody that was gonna really support you to put that thing out there, if you were lucky. I'm still surprised that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles happened.
Because so we had that talk with Rob that we still remember when you have the what is the movie rental?
Blockbuster.
Yeah. And you have that choices, you have to pay for it, and you were like, right now you're making that movie, and that movie is showing up, and you are like, oh my goodness, what's happened? How the world changed when you were, in that time that seems impossible that you can do it yourself, and technology and some ideas made it us, to the point that we did that movie and we have it in hand. So it's like, wow.
I mean, with bare bones, we're all walking around with a camera. We're all walking around with our phone, and these kids are making like TikTok videos like all day. This is crazy, you know. Like
They are better than us.
yeah. Well, I can't stand TikTok, so I disagree. So,
I don't have TikTok, so not yet.
But it's amazing. You can
yeah.
take your phone and make a movie or
But
make
yeah,
a
it's
short or
crazy.
make whatever. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I remember when I first used to go to cons, I used to take a digital camera, take pictures of whatever. Hey, can we see the pictures? Oh, well, you know, when I get home and I upload it to my camera. Now it's just like instant. Wow, look, here's a picture. You know, like look, it's crazy.
It's like, let's post it now.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have any service in New York Comic Con, so you're gonna have to wait till it shows up later this week.
Oh yeah, but it's still fast.
Oh, you gotta love the creative experience.
And like yeah, like
Rob,
we're talking about help. Like yo, I'm never anyone's creative out there. Just never be afraid to ask people for help, man. People are willing to help you. You know, the Ben Apple's up 24/7. You have questions, Ralph knows everything. just hit Ralph up. He'll tell you. You know, we're here live. You can always ask. You know. Like I know nothing, Ralph knows everything, but
in other words, don't bother
and
me.
we have very intelligent people on also, so you know we're always here to help. We're people there, are people help, so don't ever be afraid to seek out help, man. You know.
Yeah. I think that's one of the problems with everybody is sometimes instead of asking questions or asking for help, they'll try to do the whole thing themselves. And I feel like both Alan and Rob are saying is you need a team working with you. It's possible to do it on your own. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's better when you're doing it with a team.
It's impossible because he cannot play, as a wife and husband. So.
And I know those guys, like Matta, who she does her own art, she does her own writing, she gets all that done, but she says it all the time. I can't even afford to pay myself for this project.
That's normal. you don't expect to be paid.
Yeah, if you go in to expecting to get paid, you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people think of that all the time. Like every time somebody asks me about writing, they go, I always ask the same question. I'm like, why are you writing? And people go, that's a stupid question. I'm like, no, it's not a stupid question, because the reason you're writing tells me which way you should go. And if you're writing for money, I'm going to tell you right now that you're going to have to work your ass off in order to figure out how to make that money. And you're probably going to have to do things that you don't want to do as a writer, because, in order to make money, sometimes you got to do stuff. Just the way it is. If you're doing this for the passion, the art of the whole thing, then, I can tell you a bunch of other things, because writing for the passion or creating for the passion, that's completely a different place. There's a whole other place to get a feeling of completion of creation. But if you're doing it for the money, it's possible. It can happen. But ask Alan, ask Rob. If we're lucky if we get the money back that we put into it.
Yeah. Always that, the love of it, the money. It's always that.
When you're a creator, I mean, that fire burns within you.
Oh, definitely.
You don't care. I mean, yes, we would all love to make tons and tons.
Yeah.
But we're driven to do it because that fire burns in us, and if we don't create and we don't, let that fire out, we burn up inside.
That's a definite. I can tell you that much. Like, if I didn't write, I think I'd be a mass murderer or something. The plans and mechanisms have to come out somewhere. Oh man, Rob. Speaking of which, I know that you guys started your own horror type show. Speaking of what we're doing here, can you tell the people a little bit about it? I love. Wait, before you even start, I love the outfits. I love the feel of it. It has this nice Addams Family '60s feel to it, and it just I just love it.
Thank you. It was an idea that our friend Jim Quigley had. He's an editor and content creator on YouTube. He kind of gave me this idea, and he's like, "Why don't you make like a horror variety show? Like that combines like the Tonight Show with like Elvira's House of Mystery kind of thing, and do your usual awesome, cheesy, campy, thing that you do from Vixens, but do it for horror. And I thought it was a great idea because I want to build a bigger New York, New Jersey community of independent horror filmmakers, and comic book artists and writers, Alan, on the show.
Alan.
Yeah.
So that way, like, we're all, we're little mini studios, right? But together, if we combine, we help promote each other more. Then that helps the Indiegogos, the Kickstarters, so we can make our money back and maybe even have enough money for lunch. That's the whole idea of the show. I want it to be like very independent horror, creator focused, and like help build that community and bring them together.
And that's all important. It's the same thing we do here at Bit and Apple TV. We try to showcase things that don't get showcased, that should get showcased, or stuff that just doesn't get enough publicity. We were doing this at the conventions, and everybody would focus on all the bigger names, and I was like, what about all these other people who are like have all this beautiful passion and they're doing what they're doing? Can't we just showcase them? And I just I took it and ran with it. Or we took it and ran with it, and we try to put this stuff out there because somebody needs to see all this beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it, and we appreciate your support from the very beginning.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we appreciate you, and that's why we like having you on. And of course, we like geeking out, and it's always a great geek out to come on the show and just talk geek stuff.
During New York Comic Cons, I went to a panel where they were talking about Steve Ditko, and if you know anything about Steve Ditko, won't say recluse, but he kind of just kept himself and was more about he was drawing all the time. He's more about drawing and not really engaging with people too much. They found out that he actually did go to New York Comic Con, kind of in secret. He actually did attend one year. They didn't tell me which year, but they said he spent most of his time in Artist Alley. He spent all his time in Artist Alley. So Ralph, you probably, because you're always in Artist Alley, I'm at the panels, but you probably just walked right by him and just,
Oh, I can see it. I can see
it.
Yeah,
I mean, so this is like Spider-Man's co-creator, man, and this is a very cool story. So they're looking to see if they have video of it. So we're gonna see Steve Ditko.
Catch them, yeah.
We're gonna see Steve Ditko and Ralph and that and Cam all in the same picture. That's what I'm imagining. I'm at the panels. You won't see me. I'm over there. It's celebrity and stuff.
Speaking of cons,
very cool. It's very cool. Yeah.
Speaking of cons, to both of you, are you gonna hit the convention scene to showcase your stuff? Either one of you can start.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but I want to obviously start a smaller convention from where it would be our first doing anything, because I don't want to go in just head first with this thing. And, I even just walk around cons and I get exhausted. I can't imagine working them.
I've been on both sides of the table, and it's tiring both ways.
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah. I agree with you. Don't be like some people who start their first con is New York Comic Con. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's what we call masochists, right?
Rob,
we were thinking about doing some horror conventions, in August, September, and October, but it was just we had just finished the movie, and everything else, and we just were we wanted to do it right, so we're gonna wait till next year and hit the horror conventions hard, and we'll have more product. We'll have 2 movies done by then,
which is important, especially for a table. You need some product, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and
that's the great thing about Indiegogo and Kickstarter. You can kind of test out what sells and what doesn't sell.
Yeah.
Right. So
definitely.
It's a nice.
Are you gonna
convention?
Are you gonna hit the film festivals?
No.
I
was wondering if you were gonna do it or not.
Yeah.
We were thinking about the Montclair one, but it was too late. we were, not ready. So
The other thing is, like,
unfortunately,
I don't know what, other than like some exposure, I'm not sure what the festivals would do for us.
yeah.
We have our distribution deal, we're available on Amazon, we're available at Barnes and Noble, at
Nice.
Right.
Walmart. We're going to be on Tubi in January, so I don't know what the festival thing would do.
My understanding is the big push to get films into festivals is to get a distribution deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but he
so once
already
you-
have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you have it, yeah.
So yeah, but it will be cool to see it. But I'm not sure if they are really fans of the horrors. So
Well,
Yeah.
I like I said, it's already there. It's already out. Go get it.
yeah, maybe they will invite us next year. You never say never, yes.
My best friend, like his cousin, had a short. Probably shouldn't tell the story, but I'm gonna tell. He had a short. I mean, his cousin made a very short horror movie, and he got into one of these film festivals. And then like it was in Coney Island. They have a small theater there, and like you can Coney Island, you can get drink while you can see all these films. And we saw all these films that were great. There's one film that somebody made, and it was about 9/11. And it was about a guy that would just the movie he made was about a guy who would just like pleasure himself to the 9/11 footage, and that was the movie was.
Wow.
Oh man, it was like, and that's all anybody talked about. Like, yo, man, we're so sorry the future filmed during that. Like, but yeah, it was the short that this guy made. It was just about a guy like you would just watch the 9/11 footage over and over. This is maybe like 3-4 years after the event.
Wow.
And there was a guy who would just watch the towers falling over and over again, and he would pleasure himself to that. He would just like I don't know.
Wow. In that story, we just lost half of our audience and gained another half back.
Exactly. We got a whole new audience now. And
New
it's kind of
audience,
getting freaky deaky there. Even Dennis Knight's like, wow. Oh my God. Well, that's that interesting side of film. I've seen enough of those weird little movies where you sit there going, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Okay. All right, so to get back to cons, Alan, what are the cons next to you that you're thinking of hitting?
GalaxyCon in Virginia would be a pretty easy one to get
that's
to.
A nice one.
Yeah, and of course Baltimore Comic-Con, but that's a pretty big one too.
Yeah, Baltimore is a pretty decent size.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy is right there though. That one, it's getting big now,
Yep.
but it's a perfect place to start. And if you do Baltimore next year, I'll be there because I was supposed to be there this year and stuff happened, but I'm supposed to go next year. So let's see.
Right.
And I've heard a lot of good things about Baltimore, which is why we wanted to hit it up this year. But next year will be the year we do it.
Well, awesome. Yeah, hopefully we can run into each other, man. That'd be great.
It's always great to see the people I see on screen.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I'll run into somebody and I feel like I've known them for ages, and after a while I realize, wait, this is the first time we're seeing each other. All right, so you guys are working on all this stuff. What's in your immediate futures? I know, Alan, you got a bunch of stuff planned, so go ahead.
Yeah, obviously we're ready to get back into Pocus Hocus, but our next thing we're doing Grandma 4, then Horus 2, then Pocus 6. And then one of the next titles we're working on after we get back into that is a new series called Deacon Dan's Famous Chili. And it's kind of like Dexter meets Sweeney Todd. And it's about a church deacon that keeps winning the church chili cook-off every year, but he's got a secret ingredient. Yeah.
With that cell, I have a feeling I know what the secret ingredient is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but I gotta admit, you guys come up with these ideas that are just like a little bit out there, but at the same time really interesting and based on literature. Great literature. Just the Faustinian Hocus Hocus alone gets me salivating.
Yeah, well, thank you.
And Rob, I know you're about to start working on the next movie. And just tell everybody what you're up to, and tell them where to go.
Yep, we're already starting on the next movie, Meat Face. We're going to shoot November, December, the first scenes for it. It's a horror anthology, all connected to everything happening within our cinematic universe, The Grove. The joy of shooting this one is because it's four or three, Eva, short stories.
Three.
Three, all tied together. So it gives us a
Cool.
little flexibility in shooting it and when to shoot it. So we're pretty excited for that. And then it's funny, right before the show, one of the lead actors from The Husband, Peter, who plays the husband, we had been bouncing around an idea about bullying as a subject matter in horror movies. And we're thinking, and Eva, I want your reaction for this. I haven't told Eva this. We might do a prequel movie called The Bully. And it's the origin story of the husband, how he came to be, how he is in the husband. So Peter would shave his beard to look younger,
to make
and Aaron and how Anna and the husband met each other. But that was today. Every day is another day of come up with another idea, and let's get to work and finish the ideas we're actually working on.
Yeah,
I like that. I like figuring that out. Yeah.
Like even a week ago, we get the idea for a totally new movie. So,
yes.
Yeah. So it's like you read something, you see something, and you get inspired, and it's getting there. Yes, and we just do notes. What will be next?
Yeah. So let's see. So the husband's done. Gonna start Meat Face. Eva just launched her T-shirt store.
I can put that up right now. Hold on, as you're talking about it. I got it here on the side. There you go, Eva. Share tab.
And then we're going to go back to COVID time when we made a couple of board games for ourselves, and we're going to get our board games published finally.
Ooh, cool.
So that'll be between now and next Halloween, hopefully.
So you have a movie, The Husband's T-shirt there.
Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. See, folks, that you have it. You can even have the merchandise from the movie.
Yep.
And this shop is going to open up soon, or do you have it open already?
It is actually, I think yesterday I started, but I need to do some changes because I am just baby steps there. But yeah, but you can actually get there and see it and buy it.
There you go. I didn't realize that it's opened up a whole other tab, and I'm here talking and going, oh, it's right there.
Yep. And you can then you on the real people, so it's
go to size, Ralph, and then select your size, and then add to cart. And then
yes, Ralph, do it right now.
It'll happen, but it won't happen right now. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's rent week, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Us creatives, we're always broke, and then we have money, and then we spend it on other creatives, and then we're broke again. Oh man. So Rob, Eva, where are the places they can find you so that they can, if they're looking for you guys, and they want to work with you, or they want to check out your stuff, where can they find you?
2121productions.com, and the groveverse.com is definitely our home base for all our horror related stuff right now.
There you have it, folks. You can go check it out. Dude, if you guys don't know, this movie's already out on Amazon, like we've been saying here for the past hour. So go do yourselves a favor and pick it up yourselves. Or if you are in New Jersey or heading toward New Jersey on Friday, and you feel like going to a nice coffee shop where a movie is going to be being premiered, go check that out at what is it, Rob, event?
Eventbrite.com. Just do a
Eventbrite.com.
search for The Husband, and it should show up at Cedar Beans, a coffee joint in Cedar Grove, New Jersey.
I like that the premiere is there. I really do love the location. And I gotta say, and I know you guys, we discussed it a little bit while we were talking. Your locations ended up being fantastic.
Thank you.
Man.
For an independent movie, we have a lot of locations and a lot of really high quality locations that elevated, the perceived budget of the movie, I would say.
Definitely.
And funniest thing is when they are in the gallery and there's no pictures there. And we have to add it later. So it is a lot of creation here in that movie.
But sometimes not that we're revealing too many secrets here. Sometimes you got to cheat. You got to cheat and do what you need to do, and then figure out how to fix it later.
I don't like the word cheat. I like creative problem solving.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you will not figure it out that there was nothing. They're looking exactly right now at that picture that we create. So it's we only knew. Right now, you guys knew.
It always amazes me when you see a scene and all of a sudden you see the scene originally and some of the stuff is missing and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so ADR, additional digital recording, it's a big thing, man. I think they can keep working on the movie after it's like crazy. That they do everything like that. When you hear like the door open in the movie, that wasn't the actual sound that happened. They added that. They were like, oh, this is a better sound for the door opening.
Oh, definitely.
Movies are it's crazy.
And about the sound, we have it. Guy Alex Manderson, he made it so fast that we were impressed how because we edited very long, and when he had it like the 2 days to complete the music. Thankfully he started to work on it before, but oh my gosh, that was challenge.
Oh my God. I love the whole movie making process. It's an interesting thing. And it always bugs me out when people, realize that sometimes you're filming for like weeks and months just to make a 2-minute scene.
What I didn't know for a long time is I didn't know that most people don't film in like the sequence of the movie. They film things out of order. I didn't know that for a long time.
Yeah.
They start at the beginning and finish at the end. Like, nope,
it's all about the logistics of scheduling, the talent, the location, and things we can't control like the weather.
Definitely the weather.
When,
Definitely
the most problematic is when you have the actor in the different clothes. Then you should have it. And after that, what to do? It is continuation of the day, and you have to try a different look.
That's why you have such a huge crew when they do regular movies, and they still mess it up.
Yeah.
No movie.
I'm seeing a lot of mistakes lately. Like I'll see, like I'm just like I'll just notice these things, and like someone will just be sitting down in one scene like this, and then or something, and then I don't know, they'll cut away and come back, and you can tell like they didn't film these things at the same time. Like someone will have a cigarette in one scene, they'll cut back, and then they don't have a cigarette. They cut back again, they'll have a cigarette. Like I've seen it a lot more.
The movie that they spend a lot of money on.
I'm seeing it a lot more, and so I think that these things are a lot of these on Netflix and Disney Plus. They make so fast, and
It's funny. I think my favorite one of all time. We were in the theater watching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I see Elijah Wood on the big screen, and I'm sitting there, and he has a pimple, and then in the next scene, he doesn't have the pimple, and I'm like, wait a minute.
That's Hobbit magic, bro.
Oh my gosh. So Alan, all the good stuff. Let them know where to find you, because you guys do a lot of great stuff and they want to go check this stuff out. So let them know where to go.
Yeah, obviously following us on Kickstarter is probably the best thing to do, just because you can be notified anytime one of our, our stupid ideas goes live. And then the other thing you can do too, obviously, is just follow our newsletter, and that's tophatstudios.substack.com.
There you go, folks. There it is. It's 3,841. They're so close to 4,000. Come on, we can get them to 4,000. I would love to get them up to 5,000 or 6,000. They got 46 hours to go. It's possible. If you guys really work this out and go and help support this beautiful, evil bit of comic book beauty.
Yeah, that's one way to word it, right?
I gotta tell you, I just love all the stuff you put together in this, and just for me, just the Scooby-Doo aspect of things kind of like gets me going. I should buy this.
Well, I appreciate it, and thank you so much.
Oh, bro, and I see Kat, our pal Kat, is already a backer on your piece here. Oh, I didn't notice it started doing that. Your friend of yours is backing this. You should back it too. Kat Calamia does a lot of great stuff. I think she put you in the top 10 for the last time you guys were doing.
Yeah, yeah, we were on that for that run of Grandma, and yeah, she put us as number 1 actually when Horace was running, so that was really cool to see all that.
Oh, dude, that's because Horace is Horace, man.
Yeah,
that bunny rocks. And folks, if you don't know what we're talking about, go do yourself a favor. Go find Horace.
Yeah, you can actually add it on this campaign too.
Oh, that's right. I saw it on the bottom there that you can actually add it on, and you can add on Hocus Hocus. Yeah, you guys want Horace. You guys want Hocus Hocus. It's a lot of fun. You like Faustinian stories, that one's right up your alley. And if you love killer bunny rabbits who are really cute, then Horace is right up your alley. Yeah, folks, you can tell I'm enamored. Oh man. So guys, what's your last thoughts here? What's your last words? What do you want to leave the audience with? Anybody can start.
I guess simply just thank you, because without them, I mean, we don't really have anything, right?
Yeah. Total sense. Makes total sense, and you're completely right. And that's why we're telling you guys, when you see these Kickstarters and these Indiegogos and these movies and all, support this stuff, because the more you support the indies, the better it is for the industry, because it makes the bigger companies have to do what they're supposed to be doing and be creative. Simple as that. Rob?
Thank everybody for their support for our Indiegogo that was successful. Thank you everybody for their continued support. Please purchase the DVD of The Husband, or buy the digital copy of it on Amazon, or really even better, just rent it for, I think it's $3 on Amazon Prime right now. Give us 5 stars and a sweet review about it.
I saw Erin post that.
Good review.
I was like, oh, look, you can rent it. I was like, oh, let me share this.
So, and the feedback so far has been pretty positive. So I'm relieved and super happy.
Dude, you got to check out Rob's stuff. He does amazing work. I love the Vixens, because the Vixens reminds me of the beautiful superhero camp that nobody does anymore.
We'll get back.
I'm waiting, Rob, for the Vixens to come back.
Yeah, we just need the bigger budget for that. That's why.
Superhero stuff does need a bigger budget. Yeah. And of course, folks, do yourself a favor, support the indies. Make sure to check them out. Take a chance. If you want to be entertained, and if you're tired of the big companies doing whatever they want, because it's become more of a business in Hollywood and comics to try to get your money doing the minimal work as possible. And you don't want that. You want somebody who actually has a passion to what they're doing, being creative, and giving you good stuff.
I mean, we're at a point where everything is so like studio driven. Like the people look at it, like think the things like, hey, this is what made money before. Like they don't even care about the creative process. This made money before. Let's do something like this, or let's just do this again so we can just make money. you know, such a strange time is support indies, man, because
Yeah.
we're in a very strange place right now.
We are.
Yeah.
So the great thing about independent stuff is you can find something you'll love.
Yeah.
Right.
There's somebody out there creating that niche that you love that's not being serviced by any of the big movie studios
Yeah.
or comic book publishing houses.
Yep.
That's the beauty of it as as a consumer. You can find something that you're gonna love forever.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of the people who do love indie stuff are staunch supporters, because once they find their niche, they're going to support the heck out of it. All right, folks, this has been the Written Writ with Rob Longo, Eva, Allen, Written Writ Ralph, and Roaming Tony. And, usually I just talk it out, but...
Join us.
Go. What are you guys waiting